It up high for Xavier Moon. Xavier Moon, oh, he broke the ankles on Kadugan.
Hey, what's going on? My name is Peter Sarellas. I'm a videographer and editor from Toronto, Canada. I specialize in sports and commercial work, and today I'm going to be talking to you about some tips and techniques that I use as a video editor when creating short-form social content like the video you just saw that got featured on Bleacher Report and House of Highlights, among other pages, and got something crazy like 5 million views. Quick little disclaimer, a lot of the footage that you see today is going to be provided courtesy of the Canadian Elite Basketball League, which is the organization that I work for as a video editor. Whenever you see this little icon down there, that means that the video is being provided to me courtesy of the CEBL for educational purposes and for use in this video. And if you want to see more content from them, you can go check them out on Instagram right here at CEB League. So one thing to recognize when you're creating short form content from an event like a basketball game or something like that is that there's a whole team going into the production, and you as a video editor are not the only person responsible for the success of this content. There's people who organize events, there's people who film the content, there's people who edit the content, in this case that would be me, and there's people who curate the content and post it. So even if you're working alone as a video editor, there's still going to be other people who are working on the event side of things to make the event that you film possible. And there's going to be people who are online promoting this content across pages that you might be affiliated with and across pages that do reposts to get audiences' eyeballs onto your content. So don't feel like your work as a whole is judged based off the success of a post. There's a bunch of other factors that go into making short form content blow up, and whether or not your post blows up is not only a product of your work, but also a product of the work that all these other people associated with the event you're filming do. That being said, my first point for you to keep in mind as a video editor is to take your time digging through content. If you're filming, you want to make sure that while you're at the event, you are filming everything. People don't just want to see the content that happens on the field or on the court. Those little moments in between of someone laughing on the bench, players joking around, that stuff is gold for short form content. People want to see an exclusive behind the scenes look or access that they don't really get to see if they're watching a sports broadcast on television. You as a videographer at an event who's there the entire time, even through things like commercial breaks, are gonna get access to all those moments. You have the opportunity to film them. So keep the camera rolling, and if you're an editor who's getting footage, look through all of it, even stuff that's not on the stat sheet, because you don't know when you're gonna find players cracking a joke or laughing, and you can cut that stuff into really engaging short form content that people want to see. Next, it is incredibly important to consider the soundtrack that you use for your short form content. Say you are cutting a basketball video of a cool play that happened. You don't necessarily have to cut this video to a song that you might expect. A lot of basketball content nowadays is cut to hip hop songs, and I think that's great. I personally listen to a lot of hip hop music, and I love that type of content. But there's an audience who doesn't necessarily listen to that music. There's people who listen to rock music, there's people who listen to pop, there's people who listen to electronic. And sometimes it might be more beneficial to cut your short form content to a song like that. A lot of the people who are into the type of music that is commonly associated with basketball edits are gonna watch your content regardless because they're just into that type of stuff. They're very invested. But somebody who maybe listens to AC/DC isn't gonna go and just watch a basketball edit just because that's not the type of sport they're inherently into, that's not the type of content they usually consume. But if you cut your sports content to music that you wouldn't typically expect, you might actually find yourself attracting a new audience to your content and getting more eyeballs on it that causes it to blow up. I'm not saying that you can't use popular songs. I think that you should use popular songs a lot of the time. But experiment with this. Don't feel like you're limited to using a specific set of songs for your soundtrack. Any song can be used for your short form content and make it blow up as long as it's unique, original, and true to you as an editor. Next, it's important to produce a lot of short form content if you want something to really catch on. Quality is still key, and content that has high quality is generally going to perform better in the long run. But there's no reason to sit there for months on end and produce one piece of work that's really, really high quality rather than take that time to produce 20 short form videos that you can pump out if your goal is to get the most amount of views and gain exposure for yourself. There's a bunch of reasons that I can't even begin to list off for why a piece of content might not pop off on social media, and there's algorithms in place that nobody truly understands the exact workings of that might cause your one piece of really high quality content to not get the views it deserves. But if you keep putting content out there consistently, there's a much better chance of you having one piece that pops off. I personally have made some things that have been timely and relevant and kind of funny, but they weren't the highest quality content, yet they still popped off and did really well for me on socials. When I was posting on TikTok, and I'm not anymore, I post all of my stuff on Instagram, so if you want to see my content, you can follow me there. But when I was posting on TikTok, I did one hair swap video where I put Dennis Rodman hair on myself as a 15-second Photoshop tutorial. It was such a ridiculous video, but it was kind of funny, and I posted it right after the last episode of the Michael Jordan documentary, The Last Dance, so it was also timely, and it got 100,000 views. It was not high quality content, but it was fun, timely, and engaging for people, so they responded to it. Putting out content that is timely and engaging is generally going to get you more views than putting out content that is absolutely the highest quality possible, so focus on making your content timely and engaging, and you're probably going to do better in the short form video game. Again, these are just some of the tips and techniques that I use when creating short form sports content as a video editor. There is a lot of reasons why your content might pop off or not pop off, as I previously said. So if you post something online and it doesn't do as well as you expect, don't be discouraged. Keep on posting, keep on editing cool content and putting it out there for the world, and you never know what might be successful for you. So that's going to be it for today's video. If you found any of these helpful, let me know in the comments. And if you think that I missed anything, then please let me know what other tips and techniques you use when you're editing your sports videos. I would love to have a discussion with you. And if you're not subscribed to this channel, then please do, because I post sports videography and video editing tips and tutorials just like this one on a regular basis. And I would love to have you around so that we can keep learning together. Anyways, that's going to be all for today. So until next time, peace out.